The only thing that has changed in my life from being a married guy to a single guy is that I have less financial responsibility, less responsibility overall. So my load has gotten lighter. But my actions and behavior as a man has not changed. I was a man before I was in a relationship. I'm a man after the relationship ends, because at the end of the day, my self-esteem is built in the fire, cast iron. A male lion is a male lion, whether he's with pride or whether he's out there wandering around or hanging out with nomad male lions. You're still a male lion. The problem that I have is I see a whole lot of jellyback simp men, married cucks, individuals on the internet leading men to slaughter, marriage slaughter, where they valued, I call them bitch-led, bitch-led men, where their masculinity is only validated by having a woman in their lives. You only a man when you have a woman in your life, or you only a man when your account is stacked with money that they make they don't even print it anymore, quantitative easing with the feds. They just type it in the computer. Let there be 2 trillion and there's money. That shit can be taken away from you just like that. But, obviously people that have real skills, hunting and, growing crops and science and technology and whatever else skills they have, those things are valuable regardless. But the only measure, you're only a man when you have a woman, that's the most bitch ass shit. And I was watching a stream yesterday, Team Fatty, and he was having a conversation with the brother, Darren McFerguson. Salute to the brother, both brothers. I think Darren is a good brother, but he's a bitch-led brother, like many matriarchal men that raise in the community, where they validate their lives, the women. They have these overbearing, heavily masculine women that have to tell, it's like they under this single mom mentality. Mommy leads you, mommy. Bitch-led men, leading men, especially to marriage slaughter, when the laws in this country needs to change. It's the laws that matter. And when you give women a position of power with the laws, we already live in a gynocentric environment and a gynocracy. They're going to use that when shit goes bad, because they feel a sense of entitlement. And the army of jellyback simps, the sisterhood, and everybody's going to back them up. And it's going to be you versus the coalition. Even the dudes that are married that you think are your friends, they're going to roll you up under the bus because they don't want to catch the divorce fever or the divorce disease, or they're bitch-led, and their wives are telling them, hey, stay away from a peaceful life. He's talking to, you don't want to catch the divorce fever or whatever. They're afraid because they're afraid of their women. So we have this epidemic of men. That's why I'm not endorsing some of these things. I'm not going to, look, no disrespect. I make content for men of all races globally that are dealing with the same bullshit. It's not a white or black. It's a feminism, gynocentric, corporate sponsor, government empowered attempt to make men feminine, the beating down of men globally to uplift women, period. So I'm not endorsing any of this stuff. Race or whatever, the black manosphere conclave, I will not endorse that shit. As long as that jellyback simp, Donald McFerguson's a part of that shit, I will never endorse that. I think it's teaching beta male, matriarchal culture bullshit. And you only a man when your masculinity is measured through women. F all you dudes. I've had enough of y'all. I've watched enough jellyback simp content to the point where I'm ready to quit YouTube. I'm tired of seeing that shit. I've had enough. It's just like you're raising these boys. I have boys. I have 2 boys. Matriarchal mindsets. See, masculinity needs to be built on the Serengeti alone as a man. Men, in my opinion, men should not be issued their balls until they're 25. They have to prove to men, not women. Keep women off of that shit. Demonstrate your manhood, your masculinity, your competence to a group of men absent of women. is where masculinity should be tested and proven. Because what are you without women? What are you going to do? You're less of a man? You don't feel valuable in society as a man unless you have women around you? That's the ultimate jellyback weak mentality that they have ingrained into the men in the culture. And that's why I separate myself from the nonsense that you see that these men are propagating on the internet, leading men to slaughter, talking religious faith when the church itself, especially in the black community, has been overran by feminists, Christian feminists. It's a matriarchal culture. And we see it in the white community too, with the religious cucks. All of the people with the Daily Wire and all those other guys. So we have an infestation of men that are led by women. The women are in charge. The women run their life. The women tell them what to do. The women tell them how to operate. The women tell them how to be men. My manhood masculinity has not changed. We are married or single. I get up every morning about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the gym. I'm working out. I have my schedules for the day. I take care of whatever financial things I do. The market opens at 9:30. I have whatever meetings I have or whatever arrangements I have to take care of for the day. That's scheduled out. So I stay, my purpose in me being squared away, when I'm going to the gym, taking care of my body, my health, or what I'm doing, has nothing to do with women. This is my modus operandi. This is how I operate as a man. What the hell does that have to do? So what if you in a relationship with a woman, that relationship don't work out? What are you going to do? Jump off a fucking bridge? You're going to kill yourself because you don't have a woman? Are you insane? Women are fickle. It's an emotional creature. You're going to put your faith in your future and your life on the reliability of something that runs on feelings? That's why men are supposed to lead women and tell them what they want to do. But if the women don't want to get on your program, you get rid of them. Then get yourself another one or whatever you do. But if your self-esteem and your identity is tied to women, what happens when women in a gynocentric, female-centered society starts to act up within that relationship? What are you going to do? Go into a massive state of depression? No one's going to give a rat's ass about you. They don't like you now. They don't like you. You think these women, many of those who's raised in an environment to think that serving men is slavery? In fact, you have to compensate them and pay them, like paying 100% of the bills for them to be in a situation where they'll even consider adding your laundry to the load that's already going in the washing machine. I mean, when I got to do laundry today, I find it quite relaxing. Cooking, laundry, cleaning up. I throw some music on, some slow, some jazz or whatever else. I don't see this is not like I'm out here like, some third world country, or even back in the day, or early 1900s, I'm on some scrubbing board, scrubbing clothes like this. No, I load them in. The machine does the work. And what needs to be put in the dryer, put in the dryer and whatever. It's just so easy in a climate controlled environment. What kind of labor is that? You had vacuums and this type of cleaning, all these instruments and tools to make cleaning and whatever else easy, from maintaining the yard to doing these things. I don't see the technology is here. This is 2026. But you see what's going on with these dudes. Again, they keep trying to define manhood and masculinity only through the lens of having a woman or woman. And how does that, what are you? Why aren't you doing the things for yourself? Is what I ask them dudes. It has nothing to do with a woman. If I want to achieve a level of success, whether I have a woman or not, I'm going to work my ass off to achieve those goals. I'm not inspired or motivated by women. In many instances with many men, most of those women are adversaries to their success. Hold them down, knocking bricks off their foundation because they want the relationship to be all about them. They're parasitic. And I'm not talking about the 10% women out here. But the majority of what you see in the culture now is dudes are trying to be successful with loads on, walking around carrying loads in life. A woman who's extracting their wealth and resources. A woman that is pessimistic, annoying, tries to break that man's spirit so she can have basically a jellyback simp that worships her. It's absolute foolishness that I see around. That's why I don't associate with none of these shit, none of these dudes, or none of these situations. Because it's all pushing the same damn stupid, played out, moronic ideology of a system of manhood and masculinity, only based upon what is validated through the female lenses, not a masculine environment. And it's a disease of a gynocracy and gynocentric environment. And many of these guys make me want to vomit. That's why I don't participate in any of those activities. And I will not be endorsing any type of mentality. And even my brothers, Ask the Brother podcast, they had a show about dating and relationship with single moms. Now, some old dude like me who's 51, 52 years old, if some lady is my age and her kids, she has a kid or two that's grown, and we want to hang out down on the beach together or whatever, that's fine. But that's not the standard for the average man. If a man is trying to build his legacy and you don't want to build your own kingdom with your own kids that are biologically connected to you. And like I said, it's just what it is. That shouldn't even be like the benefits of that. There's no benefits of that. It's just all downhill and negative in terms of for a man, because you're going to be held to the requirement of provider and protector. And that's a huge amount of financial burden, emotional responsibility. And many situations, especially in the modern, you're dealing with an entitled, ungrateful woman. So all risk, all liability. So smart men do risk mitigation. But to talk about it, it's like, once again, we're talking about matriarchal culture. What is prevalent in the matriarchy of the Black community? A tremendous amount of single moms. So once again, you're pandering to the matriarch. It is a disturbing reality that I see. That's why I disassociate with that shit, and I will continue to do it because, again, we're dealing with bitch-led men, their energy, their mindset, and their mentality. It is what it is, man. That's why I don't even associate with these dudes. All they're gonna do is cause a huge argument. Argument is what it's gonna cause. I don't argue with these women. I don't argue with these dudes. That shit, that's the life of the past, man. That shit is over. It's finished. You gotta chart your own course as a man and live life on your own terms. Because if you deal with the 10% woman, good. Don't let these dudes tell you how you're gonna operate as your manhood, your masculinity. Because half of them is just a bunch of bitch-led dudes, or how you spend your money, or how you transact your sexual opportunity. Half of them are just purely washing their wives' pennies, worshiping her. She goes out and does whatever the hell she wants to do. They're just basically slaves of the gynocracy. Anyhow, that's enough for me this morning. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace and blessings, man.